So I have a younger male, and even when I was coming over on the flight today, when I had my eyes closed briefly, I could just see him in my mind. And even when I was sitting out there earlier, he came to me again and he said that he wants to connect with his family. I do have a feeling of mum to be still this side of life. I don't think mum's passed with him. And he talks about being with his grandfather. And I know that this young male, in his lifetime, he would have been, and I have to be honest as always, he was definitely a bit mischievous. He was the type of young man that would have got himself into a lot of trouble through the police, a wee bit of jail, in court. I don't feel like he was a young fella that he was headstrong, he was stubborn, he still had a good heart, he just kind of went off track a lot of the time. And I know with him, he always loved wearing a baseball cap, and he loved sort of sports, you know, them tracky bottoms and sports gear, but that was him every day. You know, he loved that kind of wear of clothes. I do get a feeling, hold on, I'm going to keep going, just for 2 seconds. I do get a feeling with him, he showed me that he just loved punching people, getting into fights. I feel like he would have started on people, because I can feel from him, he's giving me this kind of stance of starting like a hard man, and I feel like he wants to have a fair dig. I don't know if that's what you say over here, but it feels like that. And I feel like he wants to connect, particularly for his mother, because I just know that's where he's bringing my thoughts to. So his family and his mum must be in the room this evening. So are you mum to him? Hello? Do you relate to all of that so far? Do you relate to it? Yes. And your daughters can be like an interpreter for me, alright? And if you can't relate, I can't understand me too well. And do you understand with your son, he would have put you through a lot of heartache this side of life, and I don't mean since his passing, of course, because obviously, but even when he was this side of life, because he shows me that that he would have had, it's like all the trouble that he would have, you know, put the family through. It wasn't just you, it was the family circle. And I know that he would have had a lot of disagreements and tension and arguments around family, so it wasn't just people in a pub having a few drinks. He had all of that going on too. I feel like he got in a lot of fights, I really do. I don't feel like he was the most calmest of individual. He feels like if you just said the wrong thing to him, he would just, you know, jump up and, you know, there's nearly like he wants to bite my nose off and my head and my ear. And I feel like he did bite off noses and ears, and I'm not just saying that, because he feels like, you know, once he got into the fight, his temper got the best of him. So I feel like that he was done, as in the police would have taken him in at times for like GBH and aspects of that, and that's where maybe wee periods of jail was, because he absolutely detested with his whole life the police. Hated them with a passion. And he remembers like having a dig at the police and having another week go, he's very violent, isn't he? But he feels to be that way, so I have to give you the relationship of the way that he brings that through. So how does all that sound? Spot on? Good stuff, alright? Now, does he have a sister? Because I feel like he talks about a sister, so you weren't even looking at me. Or are you? So you're the girl that told me I had turtle in the back of my heel earlier. That was nice of you. So can I work with you for a wee moment, as well as your mother there? Because I feel like he said to tell my sister that I'm sorry. Tell my sister that I'm sorry. Because he showed me here that he had, he wasn't on speaking terms before he had passed. Like he had fell out with you. Isn't that right?
That's true.
I know it's true, because he's not next to me, tell me. And he's saying that he owes a lot of money around not just family, but different people, because he remembers that the pressure of his life and the circumstances around his passing was all connected to owing people money, and then this falling out with people, making family frustrated, feeling that he had disappointed everybody. He did try, God bless him, to get on the straight path. I'm not saying it was constantly like that, but I have to be honest, you kind of were just waiting for a phone call, you were waiting for something to happen. He wasn't one of those young fellas that you had a lot of hope for, which sounds unfortunate, even though he's your brother and your son. It's just you just knew that one day you were going to get a phone call to say, he's been found. And that's what happened. That's what happened. True. Yeah. That's what he's starting with. And he's saying here, he's nearly wanting to get down on his hands and knees and saying he's begging for forgiveness. He's begging for forgiveness for all that he's put you and your lovely mum and your family that's there this evening. He says, will you tell my mummy that I am so sorry, tell my sister. And he said, he did try to talk sense into me, but I didn't listen. I just didn't listen. And he's saying here that somebody this side of life still has a baseball cap belonging to him that is just there as a keepsake. So does that relate to you, okay, for the sister?
Yeah.
You have his baseball cap, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's saying that you had it sitting just in your bedroom at one stage, but you kind of put it away now because you don't want anything to happen to it. And so, isn't that right?
Good.
I know. So it's the light you see that he is around, and even as I connect with that, I just know you have recently, not that long back, got your whole room all redecorated because he puts thoughts and new colours. And so did you switch it about? Did you do it all up?
Swapped over rooms, yeah.
That's okay, so you swapped it all round. That's alright, because he's just saying about changes in your bedroom. So know that he's been in your property, in your house. And I don't feel, not in a personal level, but I don't feel like you live in a massive house either. So is it a 3-bed house that you're in?
Yes.
And is it detached, or not detached, terrace, sorry?
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden I can see house after house, and I just know I'm in a 3-bed terrace, but I feel like I'm in an estate. So do you live in like a really large housing estate?
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
That's okay. He brings me now, obviously I've never been to Glasgow, so I don't know the different areas here, but he brings me over to the east of the city. So have you got connections, girls, to the east?
So that's Celtic Park.
What, sorry?
That's where Celtic Park went.
I haven't got a clue what you said. Hold on, what is
Celtic Park. Celtic Park, we used to take him out.
the Celtic Park? So is that in the east?
Aye.
Okay, so as long as you can relate to where he brings me, I have a feeling that we remembers partying over there. It might have been not just with family, but as in he went with friends to that side, you know, because all of a sudden I'm seeing in my mind there's 3 bags of drugs sitting about. He wants to like sort of be doing a wee bit of wheeling and dealing with these 3 bags that has white stuff in them. I just know that he wants to not give it away, but take a few down for it. But I know I want to be stopping in a corner somewhere like this here in the east going, "One over, mate, I'll give you a wee deal." That's what he's standing. How does that sound? Everybody else is nice shit themselves. You know, it's a big deal, doesn't it? So there we go. But I have to share with you all the memories that he's given. So does that relate okay? Because he's just saying that he loved partying. Oh my God, he loved partying. And he loved all dance music. He really enjoyed all the dance music because it was something that was massive for him. He's bringing me back to thoughts of just give them a big hug and loads of love from him, and know that he's around your homes, girls, and we'll move on. He's just saying he just wants to stand and talk all night, and I said you can't do that. He was a chatterbox. I really do feel that with him. And he said my mum's heart's just broke. He said I'm only one of many people over here, and he keeps saying, but I'm with Granda, I'm with Granda. So your wee daddy must be passed. So do you get that? Because I feel like it's your side, not his dad's side. So know that he's met with your father. But he won't let your dad come through so much. It's your son that's the most dominant of personalities. But what a wee chump he is. Alright? Thank you very, very much for working with me.